What's up? Travel Chronicles, Chapter 119. Race day. So, kind of a big day. I don't know that I hit all of my marks like I did last year with rest before the race and stuff, but I did run a practice run like I did last year on Sunday, and I ran a 25:51 for 3.07 miles. So, and I do have a couple of, race day datas that, 3.07, between 307 and 310 is legit for the race to me. And I cut it, like when I was running it, I intentionally cut the route as short as I could. So, nothing wrong there. I mean, that's technically possible. We're looking at a full 2-lane road, so you've got some room to maneuver a little bit, cut some distance down. But Monday kind of screwed me because work. I was at work for 14 hours. Not ideal for a rest day. I want to get a recovery run in actually, but I did enough running at work, up and down steps and stuff. I figured that's good. And then yesterday, I got my Epsom salt bath and gunned out the muscles and rolled them out. And, it's good as I can be right now. The only other thing is, nutrition-wise, because I've been really heavy since wasn't it about October of last year? I think it started really started gaining weight again. Not sure why. Maybe it's work related. I don't know. I hate to blame everything on work, but why not? Why not put another one on there? So I got up to 200 pounds again, which I was hoping to never see that number again, but also, new scale. So I don't know if the old one was all over the place, so I don't know if I was as low as what I thought I was anyway. But I made kind of a concerted effort here the last 2 days to kind of limit my caloric intake. And I know it's like, you got a race coming up, you got a carb load and this, that, and the other, but you look at a lot of stuff and read stuff, 5K. For a 5K race, you should be able to just go out and run it. Whatever you got, you should be able to go out and run it. I'm gonna prove that today. I either prove it or disprove it that you got to hit other stuff. But the final things for prep are eating today, which we're having a meeting and supposed to get pizza and stuff in. So I don't think I'll be able to do that. So I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna eat what I got to eat. I think the timing's going to be thrown off a little bit. It shouldn't be too bad. I'll still be in that 4-hour window. Maybe I might be about 3.5 out, but it's going to be just fruit, apple, banana, raisins, that type of stuff before the race. So we'll see how that looks. And then get home, stretch out before the run, go do a little warm up, loosen up, and hopefully hit that first mile. I actually got, I think it was on Garmin, where it keeps track of your fastest mile that you run, and I ran a 7:58 while I was doing my practice run. And it was like the half mile. The second half mile of the first mile and the first half mile of the second mile. If that makes sense to you. That mile is the one where I had my best mile pace. Like these guys that run marathons and stuff that run at 450 something pace is just, it's insane to me. I can't even run at 550 pace for a short period of time. Now, coming home, that last little bit after 3 miles, that 07 or sometimes a tenth of a mile, like I can run that sub 7. I'll run that in the 6s. Things that worry me today a little bit are going to be the heat, because when I ran a Sunday, it was kind of ideal temperatures, especially for this time of year, because it was in the 60s. So I can keep my heart rate kind of low starting out. I'm just a little worried 90-degree heat, what that's going to do. I did some practice runs in the hotter temperatures just to see, and I tried to run a hard effort for one of them, and it was brutal. I did my warm-up, I think, around 9 minutes, my first mile, like a 9-minute mile. And then, I was going to come in and hit that second mile hard, try to run hard for about 2.5 miles. And I got like maybe 3/4 of a mile in, and I had to take a breather. So it'll be interesting tonight to see, obviously you're in a race tonight. So when you're practicing, okay, if you have to stop, just stop. You're not trying to kill yourself then, but during a race, you're pushing pretty hard. But we'll see what that does. I'm thinking the heart rate's going to go sky high to start with, and I'll just kind of be in it for the whole race. But I thought about it, game planned it a little bit, where I think I can improve. Ultimately the goal is to get below 25. According to Garmin, I could run a 23, and I think course matters a lot. I'm not saying this is a hard course, but there's 3 decent hills in it. One really good, climb, especially in a 3-mile race. And then there's about 3 other subtle uphills that you got to get through that are just kind of long, but uphill type things. And the downhill parts, for coming to the home stretch, the last half mile is pretty much downhill. There's one little upgrade in it, but other than that, it's all downhill, and it's you can get some speed that last half mile. So I'm excited. I trained since February. I'll say since February. I mean, I run all the time, but I had a calf strain in February that really slowed down my training. So my calf, I don't think it's still not right, but I was able to run Sunday, and I felt the calves kind of tighten a little bit. I'm hoping that I just don't pull anything or stretch anything. Like I said, I've got the gunning in, the massaging in, and got my Epsom salt bath. Right calf feels a little tight, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I try to hit all this stuff. I just don't have the mentality part of it to where you can go out and run, sub 8-minute miles for 3 miles or more. I think after this, I may start trying to train for like 10Ks. Just, try to get some 6, 7, 8-mile runs in. Just try. I know there's a course I can run through Ferry that's not like overly hilly. It's about 7 miles. So I may try that. After this race, though, I may take like a little break. I may take like a week or so off, just to rest the legs. Not that they feel bad. Like, I didn't feel bad after Sunday's run. I really didn't feel bad. Did get casein protein. So, what's new this year? I did a couple of Garmin trainings, so I think I'm better at speed, like some of the speedier stuff. I have a better understanding of that. I think I'm better at hills and going down hills than what I was before. I think my breathing's better, and I got a pair of shoes, Magic Speeds. I've never really had like a running race shoe, but I think this one is. It's maybe like a lower end. I mean, it was originally $150. I got it for $109. So it's a pretty good price, but you know, it's not $250, put it that way. But it's lighter. It's got carbon plate in it. It's a half plate, and you know, feeling pretty good. I mean, I'm trying to give myself the best chance. You know, that's all you can do. Just give yourself the best chance to have success. So as long as I don't screw it up at work today by running around like crazy, which, man, I want to say, like, one of the races before I actually did a lot at work, and it was still okay. I should probably just, I wonder if I should just take this day off, right? Is that too much? Is that too much for a 25-minute race? Tried to sleep a little bit longer today, too. Fortunately, I got stuck in traffic, so that worked out. And working on the road to nowhere over there. It should be done 2035. So I don't understand sometimes the things that, you know, it's narrow here. Yeah, it's narrow. It's a, you know, 2-lane road. We're gonna dig back the entire hillside. You know, that used to come right out to where the road is here. They're gonna dig that back and create 2 more lanes over there. And then somebody said that it was gonna be, so, you know, this was 2 lanes. It would go one side, and then the other 2 lanes would actually go back away, because there's some plants here next to the river. So houses and some other things, you can't put 2 more lanes in here, right? You pick up another mile, and I mean, they've been working on this thing for like 2 years already, plus the work that they did before. And it's a massive amount of dirt getting moved, and people working for, you know, what'll save you 2 minutes. And that's down and back, you know, maybe save you. I don't know if it'll save you any time, because you're just looking at, if you were stuck behind somebody, you know, it's not a place where there's animals or anything, because of the steepness of the hillside and relative proximity to the river. You know, animals don't come down on this particular part of the road. If it was hillsides or something like that, I mean, you could do that in specific areas. You wouldn't dig back, you know, 2 straight miles of hillside to alleviate that. It's just amazing. It was like, all the time that I would ever save on this road, I've already lost it. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know, like, this won't help me any. Like, this may help some future generation. You know, when they're driving their rocket cars or whatever, I guess they'll be able to just fly right through here. I don't know. Somebody thought it was a good idea. That's all it takes. I did finish my mid-year evaluation. I don't think it went well. Did not go well. I'm not solutions focused. I'm problematic focused. Like, trying to fix problems, I guess. And I have to focus on stuff that's not out of my control. I got to focus on stuff that's in my control. But here's the problem: is like, the stuff that's out of my control, I should have had input in those things, and I haven't had any input in those things. That's the hard part, because you know, I'm trying to avoid problems. I'm trying to avoid them because I can see them coming, and it's like, let me have some input here so that we can avoid the problem. And it's like, I don't get to put any input in, and then I have to deal with the problem. So if that makes me problem, I'm pointing out where the problem was. Here's the problem. It's the decision-making process. Maybe that's not the most, people don't want to hear that. That's fine. But I'm to the point, I've been there so long. It's just like, either respect what I do or, don't criticize me, right? If you're gonna respect what I say and I say something wrong, fine, bring the criticism. But if I don't say anything wrong, don't be hurt because I told you the truth. I don't know, how can you be hurt because I said the truth? Where did I lie? Where did I make something up? It's like, here's what we can fix. Here's where the problem is. Yeah, this is somebody else needs to fix this, but this will help a lot if we're able to do this. And it's like, no, that's not the answer. Okay. I'm telling you. And then, we made the snap decision to fire our production manager. Our production's down 400 metric tons last month, 31-day month, from where it was in May, 2 months ago. So, but that's not because of that. No, we had other issues, I'm sure. Whatever, it's so hard right now to get motivated doing. Like, I just want to go do what I need to do, go home. But I get screwed on Monday because I got to be there for 14 hours because nobody else knows how to run a particular product. And new production manager doesn't want to stay to put the time in to learn how to do it. So I'm back to where I was at like 4 or 5 years ago. Running stuff, no visibility outside the plant. Nobody helping. Just now, the only thing is there's way less knowledge of the way anything works. So people are gonna have to figure it out. It's gonna be learning curves, but I don't know how you have a learning curve if people can't be there to learn anything. It makes it harder. I don't know what to do. I guess I was gonna look for a job yesterday and I forgot to. Last night, I focused on my race. Okay, that's the important thing this week. Important thing today is the race. Let's get through that, and then we'll worry about the other stuff. Then we'll worry about jobs. Get through this race. All right. See you later. Be careful. Be COVID free.